Hello everyone, welcome. Thank you for tuning in and God bless you. In today's video, we show you some amazing small living room ideas and how you can decorate and design them in case your space is small and in need of spicing, even though your living area isn't large. There are tons of ways to create an inviting space that feels like home, all the while maximizing storage and placement of your favorite items. In this video, we've included some of our favorite small apartment living room ideas for you to check out for inspiration. No matter how small your living room is, there are plenty of ideas and layouts you can find out there that will be perfect solution for your living situation. When it comes to small spaces, clever design tips can help you configure your living room in a way that tricks your eye into feeling like it's plenty spacious. When you're approaching how to decorate a small living room, start with the most important item, the sofa. This can make or break the space, and all too often, people choose one that's too large for the room. Oversized options can sometimes make a room feel darker. A small profile is important. Your sofa should feel visually light in the room. You don't want it to be too chunky. Avoid thick arms or opt for something without arms. Avoid high arms and avoid a high back. And make sure it doesn't hit the ground. Furniture that sits on the floor without legs is a no for small spaces. A sofa on thin legs with air flowing underneath is the way to go for a small space. To achieve a light and spacious feel within a living room, it is best to incorporate refined furniture pieces in lighter tone natural finishes such as soft timber veneers, artisan silver leaf, or polished marble. Keep the lines clean, hence no elaborate shapes, because a small space does not look good with chunky elaborated pieces that are too much. Simple is best. Since the sofa is going to be the largest piece of furniture in your living room, try and get the color and size right. A neutral sofa can help lighten the space. However, it's worth remembering that neutral doesn't have to mean selecting a plain design. Opting for styles with beautiful details such as curves, buttons, or fluting will add character to a small space without overpowering your scheme. Additionally, cushions and throws in bolder shades and patterns can keep the look from feeling too pared back. With layers of soft textile like throws and cushions, this makes the space seem even more cozy and inviting, giving it a more extensive feel and make it look unique and beautiful, depending on your aesthetics, of course. Accent chairs are also a great way to add a pop of color and will effortlessly lift a darker space. An oversized centerpiece coffee table can also totally throw off the look of the small space and leave no space to get around your house. However, pieces that aren't too imposing can make the small place look good. Having a round coffee table is a better option for smaller living rooms because it allows for easy flow and access around a room. If you're in a small living room, you need every inch of space you can get. so you need to opt for furniture that suits the place. A side table instead of an actual coffee table might be ideal. Better, a nest of 2 side tables would be brilliant. One will be higher than the other, so the smaller one will tuck under the larger one. This allows for loads of versatility in the room, and they save on space and are even more affordable compared to the actual coffee tables. When it comes to decorating a small living room, try to get low furniture. Make sure the height of the side table is not taller than the height of the sofa seat. This will make your space look more aesthetically pleasing and beautifully organized. You don't have to place all your furniture up against the walls. If you have a bit of space to make your floor seem more roomy, let your furniture float. Floating the pieces away from the walls creates a more cohesive illusion of space and makes more sense. Get your small space looking cute by rolling out a larger rug. This will trick the eye into thinking the living room goes beyond the border of the rug and assume that the living room is a lot larger. It also helps to ground all of the pieces like the sofa and side tables. So going big with your rug is the way to go for your small living room space. Also, making sure your rug fits your space well gives it an uplifted feel. A rectangular rug is much advisable for a small space as it makes the room feel more inviting and warm. Opt for light colored textures of carpets as they lift the space and heighten the illusion of size. To make your small living room look cute, try to create balance by drawing the eye up the wall to the ceiling, which gives off the illusion of a bigger space. In this instance, tall art is your friend. Choose a piece for the main wall in your living room and have it be the focal point in the space. Big art gives the room a clean and elegant look, making it look more fancy and modern, rather than busy gallery walls. The same goes for tall sheer curtains. Hanging sheer curtains lets in more natural light, always good in a small living room. Bounce light around the decorative focal point, making a small living room seem brighter and more expensive. You'd install them from the ceiling all the way down to the ground. Try extending curtain rods beyond the width of the window frame. Adding window shades just below the rods or even hanging the rods higher all create the illusion of larger windows. What you use on your windows is really important too, as dark heavy drapes will block the light and create a moodier feel in your living room. Fine for creating an autumn feel but not conducive to a light and bright scheme. Layering light can be a great way to make your space modern. A mixture of floor lamps, ambient table lamps, and recessed accent lights for a visually and functionally balanced space. Keeping all of these dimmers can set the ambiance. Tall floor lamps, pendant light fixtures all draw the eye upward on the ceiling. Rather than going for a large elaborate floor lamp shade, opt for an exposed bulb. It gives a space-saving effect and gives off more light, giving the whole space a warm, homey vibe. Uplighters are always good for creating height with light, while table lamps are great for making a more intimate space that feels cozier. You could also install an eye-catching ceiling light to take your eye up to the ceiling as well. Save space by getting stuff off the ground and make the small living room feel larger. Mounting your TV on the wall is one way to do that. And also, if you can and want to try the mount an entertainment unit on the wall under the TV. If that's not an option, go for a TV unit that's on thin legs, so air can flow underneath it. The TV unit should be slightly wider than your TV, so that the living room looks well put together. Don't be afraid to introduce color. However, introduce color and pattern in smaller details like in cushions. Any living room should have no more than 3 main hero colors going on. And in a small room, it's crucial you follow this rule, so your small space doesn't feel overwhelming. Be careful not to jam too many knickknacks into a small living room. Instead, try a floating shelf above your TV, or stack a few floating shelves on one of your smaller walls. Style it up with some of your personalized mementos and other accessories, but keep it simple. If you're in a rental or don't want floating shelves installed, try a tall, thin shelf. These will provide space for you to display your decor, but also leave the room feeling airy and light. Your small living room will suddenly feel taller, and you'll still have all your favorite things to admire, as it's not just the natural tones and abundant light that make this small living room seem much bigger. It's also the skilled use of storage for excessive items. Using to keep the clutter out of the way by using floating shelves or thin corner shelves is also a right move. In smaller homes, ideally look for multifunctional pieces to save on space. Ottomans with integrated storage and sofa beds are some of the most widely used. Living spaces especially will really benefit from multifunctional pieces. A living room might be doubling up as a guest room, a home office, so curate your finishing touches. The goal is to end up with fewer accessories. Too many small pieces can make it feel cluttered. Make smart choices with color. The color of your living room also contributes to how big your space will feel. Darker colors close in the space and make it feel smaller. Use white walls, trims, or ceilings to make your room spacious. Incorporating a continuous color scheme throughout your entire space is a clever way to make a studio or one-room space look larger and less cluttered, as this gives a unified look and feel, hence making the space airy. It's no secret that plants add so much value to any room in the home. If you want to have them in your space but have a small space, then you can really get creative with them in your living room. Try getting plants that are small and thin to get greenery effect but not taking so much space, or even getting plants you can hang so as to avoid taking up any precious floor space. Blankets are a must for a cozy living room experience, but when you're short on space to store them in baskets, you don't have many options. A better option is to hang them on a ladder, as it gives a cute modern look while saving you space. An oversized mirror, the larger the better, is a cure-all for cramped quarters, since it expands the sense of visual space, so long as you stick with a very simple frame. one can hamper your goal of making the place feel bigger. A full-length mirror resting on the floor will give the space a more elegant look, adding beauty and making the small space more enjoyable. It can also connect the interior to the exterior, which can again fool the eye and blur the lines between the small room and the outside world, if placed near a window to reflect what's outside. Overall, making a small space look good is to keep the majority of the space neutral and then add pops of color with upholstery. We hope you have enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. We love and appreciate you all. God bless.